Hello students, this is Jayakishan, and in this part of the video we are going to cover exercise 1.4, 1.5 and 1.6. See, in all the previous parts of the video, that is in part 1, we have covered the introduction of the number system as well as the first exercise. In part 2 we have covered exercise 1.2. In part 3 we have covered exercise 1.3, and now this is part 4. In this part, firstly we are going to see exercise 1.4. So the topic for exercise 1.4 is visualization of numbers on number line. So we will understand this topic by the help of the first question of exercise 1.4, and the question is visualize 3.765 on the number line. Visualize means you have to clearly show this number on number line, means 3.765. See, we have shown the rational number on the number line, we have shown irrational number on the number line, but this is the decimal type, means whether it is terminating decimal or non-terminating but repeating type decimal. This method is called successive visualization method. And how you will follow this method, how you will use this method to show these kinds of number on the number line. So see, our number is 3.765. How we will reach to this number? Step by step. See, on number line we can represent 3.7. Step by step we will take. Firstly we have taken 3.7. How we will represent 3.7? The numbers are, suppose on number line we are seeing that numbers are 3 and 4. So if we will divide in between 3 and 4, easily we can get 3.7. okay, because in between 3 and 4, 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, all the numbers will be there. After that we will reach till 3.76. okay, so how we will go to 3.76? see, 3.76, it will lie between 3.7 and 3.8. okay, now how we will reach 3.765? the number 3.76 will lie between what two numbers? 3.76 and 3.77. means the extreme points should be clear to us to represent the number. okay, firstly by rough sketch we have seen that how we will reach to this number. Now see, on number line 3 and 4, we have divided the distance between 3 and 4 into 10 equal parts, so that we can represent 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, 3.6, 3.7, 3.8, 3.9. Now number is 3.765. so firstly we will take 3.7. 3.7 is here. 7.6 for finding 7.6. so we have again our extremes will be 3.7 and 3.8. again we have divided these two numbers in between 10 equal parts. 3.71, 3.72, 3.73, 3.74, 3.75, 76, 77, 78, 79 and 3.80, that is 3.8. okay, now to reach 3.765, our extreme were what? 3.76 and 3.77. so again we have taken 3.76 and 3.77. like in the mobiles you zoom the pictures to show clearly what is there. So it is also, you can say that we have zoomed this figure, means 3.76, 3.77, and then we have seen that 3.761, 3.7, all these numbers are lying between these two numbers. Okay, so in between 10 numbers, our main number is what? That we have to represent 3.765. So you can encircle this number, and to show it by any letter, and later on the answer you will write that A is representing the number 3.765. So step by step, easily we can reach any kind of terminating decimal or non-terminating but repeating type of decimal. Suppose a number is 2.7 bar. So how we will reach to this number? So we will show this number up to 4 places of decimal. Then also we will show it correctly. Okay. So this method is known as what? Successive visualization method. So students, one more question is there of exercise 1.4 that you will solve yourself by following this method. Okay, now we are going to see the topic for exercise 1.5. So students, our first topic for the next exercise is operations on real number, means addition, subtraction, multiplication and division for real number. Real numbers means here you will see for surds, addition, subtraction, multiplication and division for surds. Surds means like this number under root a. Okay, for addition and subtraction the rule will follow with the like terms. Like terms means if here it is written under root a, the next term that is going to be added on this number, it should be also under root a, so that under root a and under root a will be added and to under root a. One more example we'll see here, like under root 2 is there and here it is written 9 under root 2. Then only it will be added, means under root 2 plus 9 under root 2. So here when nothing is written means 1. The 9 plus 1, it will be 10 under root 2. Okay, if it is under root 2 and it is under root 3, then it will not be added. Means for addition and subtraction the surds should be same. Okay, like under root 2, then it should also be under root 2. Here under root a minus 2 under root a, so here nothing is written, means 1 is there, so minus 2 plus 1, it will be minus under root a. One more example if I will give you, that suppose it is 3 under root a minus under root a. So it is same, so it will be 3 under root a minus under root a is 2 under root a. Okay, for multiplication and division no rule is followed, just you will multiply under root, like under root a into under root a it is a, under root a into under root b it is under root ab. If in number I will give you example, so like 3 under root 2 will be multiplied 4 under root 3. So what it will be? The 3 and 4 will be multiplied because it is outside. So 3 and 4, 3 4s are 12, and the numbers in between the surds is 2 and 3. So under root 2 into under root 3 it is under root 6. Okay. Division under root a upon under root b, it is the whole under root a upon under root b. For example, if under root 12 is there, okay, and under root 3 is there, so you can write it under root 12 upon 3, it will be under root 4, and under root 4 you can write directly 2, because you know that 4 is the square of 2. Okay, so like this we will add, subtract, multiply and divide. Now our main topic is rationalization. How we will do the rationalization? Suppose any number, basically here we will study how to rationalize the denominators. Rationalize means to remove the square root numbers. Okay, to remove square root from the denominator. See, like if a number is 1 upon under root a, so how you will remove square root from the denominator? So you should multiply. If 1 under root a more will be there, then under root a into under root a, the square root will be removed. So if you are multiplying it in the denominator under root a, you have to multiply it in the numerator also to balance it. Means if the number is like 1 upon under root a, so you have to multiply under root a upon under root a, so that it will be under root a upon a. Now in denominator no square root is there, so it is rationalized. Okay. Next type is if 1 upon under root a plus under root b is there. How you will rationalize it? So see, firstly we will multiply it by with the opposite sign of the denominator, means under root a plus under root b is here, so we will multiply it by under root a minus under root b, opposite sign that is in the denominator. Okay, plus here, so we will multiply it by minus sign, so it will be under root a minus under root b. Now see in the numerator what is there. In the numerator it will be 1 into under root a minus under root b, so it will be under root a minus under root b, it will be numerator. And in the denominator it is a plus b, a minus b. This is the identity, a plus b, a minus b. What is the formula? A plus b, a minus b. The formula for this is a square minus b square. So here also in the denominator under root a square minus under root b square, so it will be under root a minus under root b upon root a square is a and root b square is b. So here also if you will see the denominator, the square root is removed. Okay, so if the question is like 1 upon under root a plus under root b, the denominator is like under root a plus under root b, so you will multiply both the numerator and denominator with the negative sign, with the opposite sign of the denominator. Like if the question is like this, 1 upon under root a minus under root b, how you will rationalize it? You have to multiply the numerator and denominator both with the opposite sign of the denominator, like under root a plus under root b upon under root a plus under root b, like this. So here in the numerator under root a plus under root b will be there, and in the denominator a minus b, a plus b, again this formula will be applied, so it will be under root a square minus under root b square, so it will be under root a plus under root b upon a minus b. Okay, students, now we are going to see the exercise 1.5. So students, our first question of exercise 1.5 is classify the following numbers as rational or irrational. Means you have to classify whether it is rational or irrational. So you have to understand one thing here, that remember students, whenever a rational number is operating with rational number, means whether it is adding, subtracting, multiplying or dividing with a rational number, a rational number operating with a rational number, then your answer will always be rational. Whenever a rational number is operating with plus, minus, multiply or divide, okay, whenever a rational number is operating with an irrational number, your answer will always be irrational. But if an irrational is operating with irrational, you cannot say whether it will be rational or irrational. Okay, you have to understand it. So now our first part is 2 minus under root 5. 2 is rational, under root 5 is irrational. When a rational is operating with an irrational, your answer will be irrational. Okay, it will be irrational. Second part is 3 plus under root 23 minus under root 23. When you will open the bracket, you will get 3 plus under root 23 minus under root 23. Okay, so it will be under root 3 minus under root 3 will be cancelled out, only 3 will be left. 3 is what? 3 is rational number. So second part is rational. Third part, when you will solve it, under root 7 will be cancelled out, only 2 by 7 is left. So 2 by 7 is what? It is rational. 1 upon under root 2. Okay, so it is under root 2 means it is an irrational. It is rational. A rational is dividing an irrational. Okay, so it will be irrational number. Means a rational operating with an irrational, your answer will always be what? An irrational number. Last part is 2 pi. Pi, you know what? Pi is an irrational number. Okay, so 2 into an irrational number means rational into an irrational. It will be what? It will be an irrational number. Okay, so the first part irrational, second part rational, third part rational, fourth part an irrational, and fifth part is also an irrational number. Now coming to the second question. Second question is you have to simplify. Simplify. How you will simplify? See. Firstly we will calculate 3 means firstly we will multiply 3 with 2 plus under root 2. Okay, and now plus under root 3 we will write here, and with this we will multiply 2 plus under root 2. So when we will open the bracket, it will be 6 plus 3 under root 2, and here we will get under root 3 into 2, what we will get? 2 under root 3 plus root 3 into root 2, it will be root 6. See students, I have told you that only like terms will be added or subtracted. So here no terms are like terms. Like here it is under root 2, here it is under root 3, and here it is under root 6. So it will be your answer because further it will not be calculated. Okay. Now coming to this part, 3 plus under root 3, 3 minus under root 3. So if you will observe this question, what you will get that it is of the form a plus b, a minus b. So whenever you will see that a plus b into a minus b, you can write it as a square minus b square. So it will also be written like this identity. So it will be a square minus b square. So a square is what? 9, and b square is what? Under root 3 square is 3. So it will be 6. So here 6 will be your answer. Okay, now coming to the next part. Next part is root 5 plus root 2 whole square. So you can apply the identity a plus b whole square. A plus b whole square, the value of this identity is what? A square plus b square plus 2ab. Okay, so here we are going to apply at the place of a, under root 5 is there. So you can write under root 5 whole square plus under root 2 whole square plus 2ab means 2 into under root 5 into under root 2. So it will be root 5 square is 5, root 2 square is 2 plus 2 into under root 5 into under root 2 means 2 under root 10. So on simplifying it, you will get what? 7 plus 2 under root 10. It will be your answer. Okay. Now this part again, it is like a plus b, a minus b, a plus b identity. You know very well that a plus b or a minus b, okay, when it will be multiplied, it will be a square minus b square. So here also under root 5 minus under root 2, under root 5 plus under root 2. So when you will multiply it, you will get what? Under root 5 square minus under root 2 square. Under root 5 square is 5, under root 2 square is 2. So 5 minus 2 will be what? 3. Okay, so like this you can solve it. Now students, coming to the next question. So the question 3 is, recall pi is defined as the ratio of circumference, say c, of a circle to its diameter, say d, that is pi is equal to c upon d. This seems to contradict the fact that pi is an irrational. How will you resolve the contradiction? So firstly, see, this is not a contradiction. Okay, pi is equal to c upon d. The value of pi, it is found by the formula circumference upon diameter of the circle. Means pi is a constant and its value is C upon D, that is circumference upon diameter. See students, no measurements are proper. Means if you will measure any distance, okay, by the scale or whatever the object you are having, never and never you will get the exact result. Okay, you will always having some minor errors. Okay, means no measurements are accurate. You can say no measurements are accurate. So we cannot say that this C, that circumference you will write here, that will be perfect, or the diameter you will write here, that will be perfect. So, and for the rational numbers, the only condition that this numerator and denominator should be integers. But here we cannot say that this measurements of circumference and diameters are proper. Only we just take the approximate value of any measurement. Okay, no measurements are proper. So here no contradiction is there. We can say that pi is an irrational number simply. So students, our next question is represent under root 9.3 on number line. How we will represent under root 9.3 on number line? See students, this is a special type of question, and for that we will follow some procedure. And for that, the first step is, firstly we will draw a line segment of 9.3 centimeter. Okay, here we are going to draw a line segment of 9.3 centimeter. It will be our first step. So we have drawn a line segment AB which is of 9.3 centimeter. Okay, then we will extend this line to 1 unit more. Means we will extend this line to 1 unit, that is A to C. Okay, now we'll find the midpoint of AC. How we'll find the midpoint of AC? By drawing perpendicular bisector. Means suppose this C is a center and taking radius as more than half of the AB. Here we will cut two arcs at the top of the line segment and at the bottom of the line segment. Okay, now taking A as center, okay, we will cut these two arcs. We will cut these two arcs, and after that we will join the cutting points by a dotted lines, so that on AC we will get our midpoint. Okay, so on AC, see, on AC we got our midpoint of AC. Suppose this point is O. Okay, now suppose this O is center and OA is radius. Okay, O is center and OA as radius. Draw a semicircle from A to C. How will draw it? C. Okay, now we are going to draw a semicircle from O, center O, okay, like this. Now students, we will draw a perpendicular from B to cut this semicircle. How we will draw a perpendicular from B to cut this semicircle? Perpendicular is just like how we will draw 90 degree. See, now this will be your 60 degree, this will be your 120 degree, and here like this you will draw perpendicular. Just draw this perpendicular, just draw this perpendicular, where this perpendicular cuts the semicircle. means this point. Okay, when this perpendicular cut this semicircle, this point, the distance between these 2 points, suppose this is D point, so this distance BD will be your under root 9.3. okay, not this distance OD, but this distance BD will be your under root 9.3. and now you have to show it on number line, so you can just extend this line. Okay, and after that just take B as center and BD as radius. Just draw an arc where it is cutting to this number line. Suppose this point is E, so your distance BE, the distance BE will be your under root 9.3 unit. Okay students, just remember few steps to solve this question. Firstly, you will draw line segment whatever the number is given, okay, AB. Then you will extend one unit more so that you will get AC. After that you will find the midpoint of AC by drawing perpendicular bisector. Okay, after that taking O as center, you will draw a semicircle. Okay, you will draw a semicircle. After that from B you will draw a perpendicular. When this perpendicular cuts the semicircle, that point, okay, where the perpendicular cuts the semicircle, that point will be from B is your distance, that is under root 9.3. here it is given, so it will be your 9.3. to represent it on number line, you will just make an arc from B to your next point, that is E. Okay, to understand this question properly, you should just backward your video for a few seconds and you should see this question once again. Okay, now coming to the next part of the question. Next question is rationalize the denominators of the following. Okay, you have to rationalize. How you will rationalize 1 upon under root 7? So you have to multiply with the same number in the numerator and in the denominator as well. So you will get under root 7, and here under root 7 into 7, that is 7. Okay, this will be your answer. For the second part, your question is 1 upon under root 7 minus under root 6. So you should multiply the opposite sign under root 7 plus under root 6 in the numerator as well as in the denominator. Okay, so in the numerator directly you will get under root 7 plus under root 6, and in the denominator a minus b, a plus b, you will get what? Under root 7 whole square minus under root 6 whole square. So here on simplifying it, you will get under root 7 plus under root 6 upon under root 7 square is 7, under root 6 square is 6, so it will be only, here you will get what? Under root 7 plus under root 6, because in the denominator only 1 is there. Now this part third is 1 upon under root 5 plus under root 2. So for this question you have to multiply, it is under root 5 plus under root 2, so you should multiply the numerator under root 5 minus under root 2 upon, and the denominator under root 5 minus under root 2. So you will get what? Numerator directly you will get under root 5 minus under root 2, and in the denominator what you will get? Under root 5 square minus under root 2 square. So here you will get in the numerator under root 5 minus under root 2, and in the denominator under root 5 square is 5, and here it will be under root 2 square will be 2, so it will be under root 5 minus under root 2 upon 3. Okay, this will be your answer. Now 1 upon under root 7 minus 2. So how you will solve this question? 1 upon under root 7 minus, only 2 is there, okay, only 2 is there, so you should multiply under root 7 plus 2 upon under root 7 plus 2, okay. So how much you will get? In the numerator directly you will get under root 7 plus 2, and in the denominator a plus b, a minus b, under root 7 square is 7 and 2 square is 4, so you will get under root 7 plus 2 upon 7 minus 4 is 3. So this will be your answer, okay. Now students, this exercise is finished. Now we are going to see the next topic for the next exercise, that is laws of exponents for real numbers. See students, power and indices that you have studied in the previous classes, that is only here, that is a to the power m into a to the power n, so it will be a to the power m plus n, okay. If we want to see with the example, if 2 to the power m into 2 to the power n, so it will be 2 to the power m plus n, okay. Or you can say that if 3 to the power 5 multiply 3 to the power 8, so it will be 3 to the power 5 plus 8, that is 13. Means if base is same, then and if multiply is there, then power will be added, it will be 13, okay. Now same case for the division. If suppose 5 to the power 15 is there, it is dividing by 5 to the power 7, so what we will get, bases are same, and if division is there, so you will get power should be subtracted, m minus n, means 15 minus 7, it will be 8, okay. Now a to the power m into a to the power n, that will be a to the power mn. Suppose 2 to the power 5 and to the power 4, so power will be multiplied when power to the power will be there, so it will be 2 to the power 5 4 is 20, okay. Now next is a to the power m into b to the power m. Suppose 2 to the power 3 and 3 to the power 4, 3 to the power 3, so it will be, see the powers are same but bases are different, so you can multiply the bases, 2 into 3, that is 6, and power will be same, that is 3, okay. Now this one is important, that a to the power 0 is equal to 1. See students, any number with power 0 will always be equal to 1, whether it is rational, irrational, or whatever the number is. If the power is 0, means its value will be 0, okay. Suppose 5 to the power 0, so it will be 1. Any number x to the power 0, it will always be equal to 1, okay. Next part is 1 upon a to the power n, a to the power minus n, okay. Means if you want to write your number in the numerator only, okay, so you have to shift it, and when you will shift, the sign will be changed. It means it will, if it is positive, then it will be negative, if it is negative, then it will be positive. Like if we will write 2 upon 3 to the power 5, then it will be 2 into 3 to the power minus 5, okay. Now the last is a upon b to the power minus m. If you want to write it as positive power, so you can write b upon a to the power m. Like if 2 by 3 with the negative power is there, and you want to write it with the positive power, you can write it like 2 by 3, okay. You can write it like 3 upon 2 with the power positive, like power 5, okay students. Now coming to the exercise. Exercise 1.6. First question is 64 to the power 1 by 2. Firstly, the power is 1 by 2. So firstly we will try to represent 64 as the square of any number. 64 is the square of what? 8. Okay. And the whole power is 1 upon 2. So when power and power will be there, the power will be multiplied, means 2 will be multiplied with 1 by 2. This will be cancelled out, and your answer will be 8. Okay. Second part of this question is 32 to the power 1 by 5. So firstly we will try to write 32 as power 5. So if you will factorize 32, you will get what? 2 to the power 5. 2 to the power 5, the value of 2 to the power 5 is 32. So you can write it like 2 to the power 5 upon 1 upon 5 means power 1 by 5. So power and power, so it will be multiplied. 2 to the power 5 into 1 upon 5. 5 and 5 will be cancelled out. 2 will be your answer. Okay. Now students, second question is 9 to the power 3 upon 2. Okay, how you will write it? 9, firstly we'll try to write 9 as the square. So 3 square is 9, you know very well, and the power is 3 by 2. When you will simplify it, what you will get? Power and power, so it will be multiplied. 2 into 3 by 2, so it will be cancel out. Only 3 to the power 3 is left. 3 to the power 3 means 3 3 is a 9, 3 is a 27. So 27 will be your answer. Next part is 125 to the power minus 1 by 3. Firstly we will write 125. We will try to write 125 as the cube, because in the denominator cube is here. So we can write 125 as 5 cube. 5 5s are 25. 25 5s are 125. Okay, and the power is minus 1 by 3. So power and power, so power will be multiplied. So 3 into minus 1 by 3. This 3 and 3 will be cancelled out. Only 5 to the power minus 1 is left. 5 to the power minus 1 means you can directly write it 1 upon 5. Okay, last question, question number 3. It is 2 upon 2 to the power 2 by 3 multiply 2 to the power 1 by 5. Bases are same. Okay, multiply is there, so you can add the powers. 2 by 3, sorry, 2 to the power 2 by 3 plus 1 upon 5. So here you will get, you will solve it by taking LCM. 3 5s are 15 will be its LCM, and here 3 5s are 15, so it will be 10. 5 3s are 15, so it will be 3, means 2 to the power 13 upon 15 will be your answer. Okay, now third part of this question is, see, the bases are same, so and division is there, so you can subtract the powers. 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4. Okay, so how much it will be? 11. LCM, if you will take, LCM will be 4. 2 2s are 4, so it will be 2. 4 4s are 1, so it will be 1. So here you can get 11 to the power 2 minus 1, it will be 1, and the denominator is 4. So 11 to the power 1 by 4. Okay. See students, I did not tell you that all the parts of the question, because these questions are very easy. The left parts of the question you will try to solve yourself, as well as you will complete your chapter by solving the examples and whatever the questions are left of this chapter. Okay, and from side book also, if you are having, you will try to solve the question. Otherwise this chapter is completed. Okay, thank you.